everyone, it's Sam from Raggedy Bits. Welcome back to another week of Waste Not Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week so far. If you're seeing, it means you're catching me live. Sorry, I'm just trying to straighten up my screen here. That means you're catching me live. If you don't, that means you're most likely watching the replay. So don't forget to comment hashtag replay and let me know where you're tuning in from. So let's just have a little quick chit chat about what we did for the last Waste Not Wednesday. I'm sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on. There's just a lot going on for me at the minute. But we made over these little thrifted milk bottles, which we used the IOD paint inlay, and we just basically transformed them into these cute little decoupage bottles. I think this was the last project that we did. I'm pretty sure it was. And then we just attached a little bit of lace, a little number, and just really made them really cute and vintage. There was a blue one, a pink one, and a white one. But you can comment link if you'd like to go and watch how we did this if you're new to my page. And that will just add a little comment, sorry, a little bubble will pop up in your messenger. If you just let me say that it's okay for me to send you a message, then you'll just be able to also find that link really easy. Okay, so tonight, how's everybody doing? Hey there, Margaret. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're keeping well. Hi there, Debbie. Thank you so much for tuning in from all the way overseas. Hi there, Marie. How you going? I hope you're well too. I saw that beautiful photo of you on your page. You looked absolutely gorgeous. It's nice to see your smiling face. Hey there, Chris. How you going? You must tell us, Chris, before we proceed. What snacks are we eating tonight? I tell you what a difference in the weather. It's absolutely stinking hot here today. Like, I feel like I'm melting. And it's so funny. The last Waste Not Wednesday, I had a scarf and a puffy jacket on, and here I am. I feel like I should be in my... No, I wouldn't do that to you. But I feel like I should be wearing less clothes. It's hot. It's stuffy. Hey there, Dale. How you going, lovely? All right. So, this is a little bit of a, not a thrifted item that we'll be working on tonight. This is a little bit more of a Sam ordered something from Temu, and it wasn't what she ordered from what she thought it was on Temu. And if you saw my post just a little bit earlier, I'm talking about this frame. So tell me in the comments if this is you. You've purchased something from Temu and you've thought it's something completely different. Like, I thought when I saw this, I actually thought this was like 3D. And it's not. It's flat and it looks really tacky and it looks really cheap. I do like this little farmhouse bit in the middle there, but I thought about sort of trying to save it and put a bit of, you know, molds around it, but I ain't got time for that. So I am going to change it and make it into some spooky home decor for Halloween, because before I forget, on the September the 28th between 9 and 3 here in the Emporium, we're going to be having a spooktacular event. So participating stall holders will set up their booths for Halloween. So for those who are local, you are most welcome to come along. And we will also be having an online shopping night. So keep your eyes peeled for that date. I've just got to lock that one in, but I'll be sure to put all the events here on my page so you can keep up to speed. So we're going to be using the Raggedy Bits decoupage paper while I wait for the new Halloween ones. This was last year's Halloween paper, but I absolutely love it. It's got lots of typography on it. This is called Halloween typography. And if you would like the link for this, just comment links and it will take you, you know, you guys know the deal. But for those who are new, if you just comment link. Oh, hang on. I've got to actually, see, I'm out of practice, guys. I'm out of practice. I need to first of all set that up. Please hold while I do that. Just make sure that works for when you do comment link. So that'll just let you have easy sort of access to all the products that I use tonight. So it's basically like a supply list. Just helps you not have to go all over the website traipsing around looking for stuff. I just try to make it as easy as possible. So yeah, so we're going to be using this. And then I've got some cheesecloth here, and my whole idea is we're just going to make a little bit of a spooky ghost frame. And I thought with this being sort of like an arc, it kind of looks like a little bit of a headstone. But yeah, I just really, I thought this was a frame. I thought this was an actual frame. Often forget, yes, I know, me too, Margaret. I do. I just looked at it and I went, wow, that is a gorgeous frame. But it's not. It's all just flat and it's just really tacky. So I'm going to, we're going to fix that. We're going to turn this in spooky decor. So without further ado, let's get on with that. So I need to get rid of this design, and I'm not going to do anything crazy. I am basically just going to grab my little gator sander, and I'm just going to go over the whole frame. And did I miss what we're eating, what we're snacking on tonight, Chris? Did I miss? The snack is eaten. Ooh, that was quick. Is eaten, and it's, ooh, salted caramel chocolate. That sounds delicious on a balmy hot night tonight. We definitely have gone from being freezing cold to hot all in one hit, haven't we? It's warm. I think it got it. Oh, you just throw it on the floor. Completely missed my bin. We've gone from completely cold to so hot with no sort of, I feel like no transition. So yeah, but anyway, can't complain apart from the heat. Okay, so I've scuffed that up, and the reason I've done that is so that it gives the paint, which I'm just going to be using my good old beautiful Fusion. I'm just going to be using Casement, and the reason I'm going down with the white is so that the paper that we'll be using will pop. So when I don't want the colors of the paper to be muted, so I think I might use this brush. So I'm just going, I've only got the little dregs left over from the DIY surprise box, and I'm just going to go over. There's too much water in my brush. Just need to grab a cloth, just get rid of some of that excess, because I was doing a project this afternoon and I washed my brushes, but I didn't drain them out properly. So I'm just going to go to town and give this a coat. We may have to do 2 coats because it is white, and we are obviously going over a dark background. It's cold where you are, Chris. I think it got up to 29 degrees Celsius here, which is a little warm, a little toasty, considering we've been sitting at, you know, much lower temperatures. Okay, so I've got my first coat on. If I was obviously doing a bigger project, I would definitely decanter my paint, but as I said, I've got the dregs. There's not a lot there, so I'm not going to be, you know, sort of painting a piece of furniture with this. If I was, I would definitely decanter. All right, I'm going to dry that off without blowing my decoupage paper away. '27 and winds today, but chilly tonight. It might be chilly here too, Chris. I just haven't stepped outside of the Emporium, and because it's been, like, we've had really gusty winds here, and I've had to keep everything kind of like closed up, and that could be why it's a bit like hot in here. But I do know the nights have still been getting a little bit chilly. So I'm just going on with my second coat. So what's everybody been crafting while I've been missing in action? Been a bit quiet on my page, but there's just a lot going on. Is anyone doing any Halloween projects this year, or are we just keeping that low key? But as I said, I'm getting ready for our Spooktacular event, which will be coming up on September the 28th. So I need to make as much as I can between now and then. Okay, I'm just going to dry that off. Okay, so that's what we're looking like. It's a bit streaky. I probably could go on with a second coat, a third coat, but I'm not. Ooh, it is hot where you are, Kayleen. 32 degrees. That is so hot. What a transition, hey? From freezing cold winter, bang, straight in. No like little bits through spring. It's like summer already. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So, oh no, did I grab my top coat? I'll just use some of this decoupage. Actually, I will grab my top coat. I thought this was my top coat, but no, this is glitter, German glitter. What is this here? Ah, here we go. No, that's cotton. I do know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just a little bit like a fish out of water. Please hold. I'm just going to grab my top coat. If you guys are doing this at home, you could most definitely use Mod Podge, but I just find the clear coat, it's just not as thick. So I'm just using the Dixie Belle Satin. And I will decanter this a little bit because there's quite a bit left in the container. Just pour out a little bit and then we'll start decoupaging the paper on. Okay, I'm just going to use another failed Temu purchase. You've just been doing custom work, Marie. That's awesome. I just completed a whole stack and then I've got to start on my next lot. Or I've already started on a couple of pieces, but yeah, it's hard to keep up, isn't it? Want to some cheesecloth ghosts on my haunted house. Oh, that'll be nice, Margaret. Supposed to be 35 on Saturday. Another warm one for you, Kayleen. Okay, so I'm just using this top coat and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the top because I like to work in sections. I know some people like to mix their decoupage papers and all that sort of stuff, but I am not one of those. I'm gonna try and get that Halloween. It's not going to be out in the center. It's going to be a little bit off center, but I do want to get all of the Halloween in on the arch. So I'm just going to carefully line that up. Whoops, not like that. I'm not going to be able to because it's too, if I go low, I'm going to have to cut off half that Halloween, but that's okay. There's plenty of other typography on there. So I'm just going to apply that and then I'm just going to use my fingers just gently so I don't tear the paper. And because this is Halloween, it's not going to really matter too much if it is a little bit crinkled because it's just going to add that really cool aged effect. Okay, so that's what that's looking like so far. And then we're gonna end up sanding off the excess. So I'm just going to peel that back to where it finishes. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more. I think the trick is with decoupaging is to not go on too thick with your decoupage medium, because then you have a tendency of sometimes kind of tearing the paper. We may have to just get out the iron, because I've just crinkled that up a little bit too much there. You can also use scrunched up cling wrap if you wish. Now I'm just going to peel that back and just put that final bit on, and then I'll hold it up for you. We've had a couple of new booth holders. Well, not Bilp and Buds has expanded here in the Emporium, and we've also got another booth holder who is started today setting up and will come back tomorrow. And I can't wait to share them with you. They're full of lots of retro stuff, so that will be fun to share with you guys. Okay, so that's what we're looking like so far. If I hold it up close, you can see there's probably a little bit of crinkling. Okay, that's all right. I can show you how to get rid of that. It's quite easy, and sometimes even just using the heat gun or your hairdryer smooths out those crinkles. So I'm just going to dry that off before I start sanding so I don't tear the paper. Okay, so that's removed pretty much all of the creases except for this line where the paper was folded in half. I'll hold that up for you so you can see. How cute is that? Even though I know we did lose half the H, but doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my little gator sander, and I'm going to now just get rid of all of that, going away from the piece rather than up, because otherwise you'll end up lifting the decoupage paper, and that's just going to peel off. Speaking of Halloween, we'll have to get Margaret to take a photo of her house when she's set up for Halloween. It is amazing. She does such a beautiful job. Let me know in the comments, do you decorate for Halloween or not really? And thank you for those who sprinkle each week the video. It just helps get the word out there, also for the Emporium as well, so I do appreciate that. Okay, so you can just see how easy that comes off, and you know, you could probably, I don't know, I've still got one word there that I could make a tag out of as well. I'm just going to pop that to one side. Don't know what happened there. I think that's either I've wet or I've put some white paint just here from my finger, and it's stuck to the top coat, but that's okay because I can disguise that as I've held it with my hand. I've left a little bit of white paint that's on my finger, but that's okay. I'll show you a little trick. I think I might get my iron and just iron out those creases, because it's kind of like flattened out on one side, but then it gets really creasy. It looks funny. It looks a bit funny. If that wasn't there, I wouldn't bother. So I'm just going to use my mini press for that. Okay, we'll just wait for that to heat up, and then while that's doing that, I've done it up there as well. I'm doing well. I might just wipe my hands with a baby wipe. And it might be also too because it's like a little bit warm in here. Okay. So while that's heating up, I'm going to grab a brush, and I've just got some Fusion, espresso wax, which will be like butter because it's been warm in here today. I'm just going to add a little bit to my brush, and I'm just going to go over that paper where I've accidentally put paint on it. And I'll hold that up and just show you it's pretty well much disappeared. Just looks like part of the paper. So that's what that's looking like. You can't really see it. Thank you, Dale. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Debbie. That's so kind of you to say. No, you don't. I remember you telling us that last year, Kayleen. You have a lot of kiddos that come and hang out in your neighborhood and do a lot of door knocking. It's tiny. Oh, that's fair enough, Chris. Okay, so I'm just going to grab out some, not that one, baking paper. And now that my iron's hot, I'm just going to run that over the whole entire piece. You love it when the kids come and trick and treat. Yeah, I do too, Margaret. But unfortunately, where we live now, the road is too busy, and I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, I still decorate inside, but I just don't go outside because, oh my goodness, what happened there? I think that's because the underneath is not dry properly. We're going for the really decrepit look today. I'm just going to fix that up with a little bit more wax. That was weird. Weird. Okay, so that's what we're looking like. That has ironed out all of the crinkles. Don't decorate, but my granddaughter turns 18 on the Thursday, so looking. Oh, that'll be nice, Joy. That'll be nice. 18, hey? It doesn't take long, does it? I gotta stop touching this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna grab my clear wax. I'm gonna go over the top of the board so that at least I can protect it a little bit, the paper a little bit. It's not, you know, obviously as tough as say your Mod Podge. Actually, I don't even mind how it's actually just wiped off the dark wax, but anyway, we'll start again. I don't mind that. It actually looks a little bit like it is supposed to be like that. Don't you love happy mistakes? Unplanned mistakes. I call them creative bumps. Okay. All right. I might just add a little bit there. Okay. So now what I've got here is some cheesecloth, and we're going to make a spooky ghost, which is going to sit, hopefully, flat, but a little bit fluffy. I'm sure you guys have seen them everywhere on Pinterest, but this is just my little take on it. Let me work out how much we need. So this cheesecloth I got on Amazon. You can obviously find it at Spotlight. So we want to kind of cut out like a square. So then when we pinch it in the middle, it sort of drapes. You know what, I'm going to move this out of the way so that I can cut this up properly. You could probably tear it as well. But this particular cheesecloth is actually quite tough to cut. So I think I'll cut it, and then I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger, so then we can at least trim back the bottom of the ghost if we need to. Hopefully this is kind of like a square and not a rectangle. Okay, I'm just going to pop this to one side. You'd eat all the lollies, would you, Chris? That's funny. It is very tempting. I know when we lived in our old house, that's exactly what I did. Okay, so we've got our square, and I'm basically just going, well, it's kind of a little bit more like a rectangle, but no judgment here. Hey guys, I've got to also ask you, I now have Starlink. Is my internet connection a little bit easier? Easier to see? There's no more sort of like half watching and then I freeze. Is it a lot clearer? If you can just let me know in the comments, that would be awesome. I meant to do a test run today, but I've been a little bit busy. Okay, so I'm going to just pinch so you can sort of see that I'm starting to get a little bit of a ghosty. I was going to do like a pure white ghost, but I decided against it. I wanted to sort of do a little bit more of a, it looks good. So it's been great tonight. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so very happy to hear that, because that was part of the reason why I couldn't do Waste Not Wednesday there for a little bit, because I couldn't get the internet. It was driving me nuts. So hopefully it will be all fixed now. Okay, so once I've kind of like sorted out where I want my little ghosty to go, because I do want him to be a little bit 3D, I'm going to move you out of the way so I don't burn myself. I'm going to put out a little bit of wood glue because I currently do not have any Mod Podge, so I'm just going to use a bit of wood glue, but you could use Mod Podge for this. And I'm just going to water it down just a little bit and essentially sort of like create a little bit of, I guess, Mod Podge. Where's my spray bottle gone? I'll just use a little bit out of my water bottle. You don't want it to be too runny. I'm just going to grab a brush and I'm going to mix that together. I wish I could hold this up for you so you could kind of like see the consistency. I've probably added a bit too much water, so I'm going to just add a little bit more glue. I'm wondering if I should chop this. Oh no, actually, because that's the sort of thing that I want to sort of like crunch it up a little bit so it looks like it's at all different levels. Okay, so now I'm just going to go, it's a little bit like, I guess, paper mache, but with cloth. I've seen this also done with bandages, and I'm just plonking that onto the ghost just so we can get it down the back part of the ghost, and then I'm going to kind of like start at the top. This is a bit fiddly until you get it right. I'm sure there's a million different ways that you could do this, but this is just the way that I'm doing it. And I want to kind of get his face to be flat. So see how that's kind of looking at the top? And he's starting to take shape. I would prefer it if his head was a little bit more round. I just need to tuck up a little bit. And then I guess sort of just like gathering in bits and places. We're just going to kind of scrunch it up a little bit. How did I have it last time? I like the way I had it. Another little crease there. I don't want it sitting completely flat. I want it sort of out a little bit. Hey Tanya, how you going, lovely? You'll be pleased to know that there's an online shopping night coming up soon. I just got to confirm the date. I know I've been saying that for a bit, but there's been a fair little bit going on here in the Emporium, so I haven't got a lot of planning done, but sorry, I hadn't had a lot of planning done. I do now, but keep an eye out on the Raggedy Bits page, and I will let you guys know when the online sale is going to be. It may be a little bit different to how you guys are used to, because as you know, in the past, I've had to kind of like pull the whole shop apart to do the online sale. So it may be a little bit different. I'm just trying to work out the logistics of it all this week, and then I'll let you guys know about it. Okay, so this is what we're kind of looking like so far. The glue's not dry, obviously. It's a little bit patchy. I'm just going to dry that off and see how that's holding up. What do you guys think of little Ghosty so far? Shall we call him a name? You know how much I love to call things names. But the glue still, you can see up here, it's a little bit wet still. But obviously that will dry a little bit more and it will go clear. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to get? I was going to see what peppercorns look like for the eyeballs. Give me 2 seconds, because you can use paint, but I wanted to make mine a little bit 3D. Good old pepper grinder. So I'm just going to open this up, hopefully. Don't tell me this is one of these ones that doesn't undo. Yep, it's one of those ones that doesn't undo. It's not a refiller. Oh, that's put the... No, that's not going to work. So we will be painting our eyeballs. Caspar. That's cute, Margaret. I like that. Okay. I really wanted to use... You could also, you know, like use those little fasteners. And I've got some baby's breath here because I wanted to add a little bit of baby's breath. I'm probably going to need a little bit more. I'll just cut that off. Ugh. And of course I dropped it on the floor. But you would also, you know, use those little tiny fasteners, the little black fasteners that you see. I've got a thing with baby's breath at the moment. Have you noticed? The girls with the DIY surprise box would notice that. Which reminds me, Margaret, I need to run your DIY surprise box to you because it is ready. I'm just going to grab, I don't know why I'm doing this. I should do the eyes first, but anyway, I'm going to do this a little bit first. I'm just going to make a little bunch of baby's breath. And I don't care that like there's not a lot of baby's breath because I'm trying to obviously make it look spooky. Is that a yes that you can tell that I'm loving dried baby's breath at the moment? I haven't left myself enough room. Silly Sam. Let's start that again. I was going to try and create like a little bunch with a bow. It's a little bit trickier than you think because you've got to be careful because all the baby's breath's going to fall off. I may have to scrap this idea. Oh. Yes, this is a little bit delicate. That's right, baby's breath. Yeah, they would be a great idea, wouldn't they, Joy? Except I can't get in. That's really weird. Usually you can take the lids off, but which was what my plan was, but not these little Coles ones. Nope. Oh, man, I'm making a mess of this. There's going to be nothing left on it by the time I finished. You know what? I'm scrapping the jute. I think I might like glue it down and then put the bow on top. I think that might be a safer way rather than try and... This is really brittle. Okay. I'm just going to set that aside for one moment. I'm going to try one more time. Thanks, Coles. Yeah. No, it's not coming off. That's not fair. You could use little buttons as well, I suppose, but I'd have to go in search of, I could just like smash this open, couldn't I? Or is that a bit desperate? All right, we're just gonna have to settle for paint. Or you could probably draw them on as well. I've got like a little Sharpie here, which might be a little bit more finer than paint. Okay, I always get scared with the faces because if you make a mess, or I'm going in, I'm just going to use, what I might do is I might mark so you can actually see the project finish. Finish your words. I might just mark it with the Sharpie, and then I might grab some peppercorns from home and then do it, because that's a little bit wet still. It's not working properly. But you get the idea, girls. You get the idea. There probably could be a little bit. You've got a hammer. Yeah. Hey, listen. You know me, Chris. I don't give up. I don't give up. And I did just feel like going, but no, I won't do that. Because then I'd have to be the one that cleans it up. All right. So I'm going to put a little tiny bunch over here with my glue gun. What do you reckon, guys? Should we grubby... Hang on, before I do that, do you think we should grubby this up a little bit with coffee? Or do you think we should just leave him as is? How cute is he? How stinking cute. I feel like that. should have just done the paint. It would have been easier. Should we stain him up a little bit, or should we just leave him as is with coffee and a little bit of water? You think coffee, Dale? As is, Margaret says. Absolutely, grubby that little sucker. You're so funny. Wine. Is that for me, Kayleen? Are you saying I should drink wine? That's funny. Coffee. Because I think we've got coffee, as is, grubby. So we've got 2 coffees in as is. Sorry, Margaret. Okay. I'm going in with the... Or are you drinking the wine, Kayleen? So I'm just sprinkling a little bit over this. Probably should have done this first. But anyway, it's okay. The only thing is that my... Please hold. I need my mister. I've got projects going on over on the workshop bench, so I'm sort of working between 2 tables. Okay. So I'm just going to spray lightly over the Ghosty Casper, and I'm just going to let that sink in a little bit. And then spray again. I'm also going to just use my finger just to sort of like pat down some of the chunkier bits of coffee and kind of like move it around a bit. We'll just dry that up and see what that looks like. Oh, you mean you have a wine? Oh, thanks, Kayleen. That could turn into a very interesting, wonderful Wednesday, Waste Not Wednesday. I think that's just enough. I think if I go any hard, maybe I don't need to have a drink of wine. I'm struggling to speak as it is. If I go any heavier, I think we will lose him into the background of the decoupage paper. Okay, so I'm going to figure out where I would like to put my fingers are all sticky. Put my little bunch of baby's breath. I know ghosts don't carry baby's breath, but this one does. And I tried really hard to find the creator who I got this inspiration from on Pinterest, and I could not find them. So I do apologize if somewhere along the line the creator of this sort of style of ghost with the baby's breath stumbles across this project. Please let me know, because I will happily link the project back to you. I just loved it when I saw it, and I thought, oh, I've got to make one of those out of my accident purchase from Temu, because I thought it was the perfect sort of like style frame. Okay, should make that a bit smaller. Okay, I'm just going to chop that off. The tails of the bow were a little bit too long. Stuck. Okay, I'm going to just distress a little bit of the edge. I'll probably end up adding some dark wax anyway around the edge. It may not make a difference, but I just love adding a bit of wax. Okay, so that's what we're looking like so far. He does need 3D eyes, I think. Do you guys think that too? So he's dried nice and stiff, which is good. It's what we want. Carol from Swanky Vintage with Carol did on your printable. Oh, did she with the cheesecloth? I didn't see that one. I saw the one that she did with, I think it was felt, which was amazing. That looks so cute. She always does such beautiful job, makes such beautiful projects. I'm just gonna, went on a little bit too heavy. Just knock back that a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit around the edge where I've distressed. I know that makes no sense at all because I've distressed it and now I'm covering it up with wax. It just ages it a little bit. Hey Tanya, how you going, lovely? I hope you're keeping well. Is it warm down in Tassie? It's warm here in Sydney, that's for sure, or the Hawkesbury. I'm not sure what the temperature got up to in Sydney today, but I'm assuming that it was up there, considering out here, I think it reached 29 or something. It was warm. So stinking cute. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find my black paint. I feel like he needs more eyes because his eyes are fading into the way too much paint. I'm just going to use my stylus if I can find it. For those who don't know what a stylus is, it's just a little tool that's got like little bobble ends on the end, little round ends on. They're usually different sizes. I like to use them for eyes and things like that. I'm just going to dab a little bit on, and then I'll probably end up putting, as I said, yeah, that's better. It adds a bit more definition to the eyes. You can actually see them. Super cute. Oops, sticking to everything tonight. Just going to dry that off so I don't smudge his eyes. I'll hold that up for you. What do you think, guys? I was thinking about making a little boo tag to go across here. You can always try it and see how we go. Let me just grab. This might, I've already got some stained, and it might sort of blend in a little bit. I don't think that's going to be wide enough, so we may have to make our own. I'm just going to cut off a little bit of the cheesecloth and see what this looks like. I don't know how it will look because obviously the background's a bit wordy because it's got all the typography on the back of it. Doesn't need to be too long because it's obviously just going to be boo. may just also fade into the cheesecloth because it is the same colour. Let's have a try. No harm in trying, right? I did also grab some ribbon and stuff like that to maybe make a bow, but I just think that will take away, you'll start to lose all the typography in the back there. What am I looking for? Boo. We'll do it in capitals. It may even have to be, like, I might have to make the tag, if I'm going to do the tag, in like calico, so it's not as translucent. All right, we'll see what this looks like. And go from there. I suppose I could always put a little bit of lace behind it. Okay, I'm going to need your help. I'll just chop off a little bit of lace, and you guys can tell me what you think. Do we put the boo on the bottom, or do we leave it with the lace behind it? What do you guys think? Use crapple letters. I think they'll be too big, Tanya. I don't have any little tiny boo thingos. Yes, absolutely could stain this up. Let's have a look. And if anyone wants to know, this is just Aldi coffee that I use. You like the lace? Yeah, I do too. And we could even add a little cheeky button. So I'm just going to spray that. I didn't add too much coffee, just enough, hopefully. Well, the other thing that you could do also is wax it. So just dabbing that on. I'll hold that up in a minute. I'll just dry it off quickly. Without burning my fingers. Just wipe that up so I don't get that over everything. I've really made a mess in 5 seconds, haven't I? It's all part of the fun. Okay, so I'll hold this up. So that's what that's looking like. Boo with lace? I think so too. And then let me find my buttons. We could even sort of make it like it's like a little tag with buttons either side if they're small enough. Oops. Great. It really does change everything when you start embellishing things, doesn't it? It makes things so cute. That's a bit weird. Oh yeah, that's a bit cute. Maybe I'll just do buttons on one side. Pull that over a little bit. That button's too big. I need little tiny ones, and I don't think I've got really tiny ones. think they all went out in the DIY surprise box. I used up all my little buttons. That looks so stinking cute. I'll hold that up and see what you guys think without dropping them on the floor. What do you reckon? 3 buttons? I think so. Love, love. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Margaret. Yes, I think we should commit to the 3 buttons. So I'm just going to now just glue that in to place. With way too much glue. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm not pushing it down too far. I'm just kind of like just dabbing lightly. So it still sort of doesn't push the ghost down too far. Don't do it this way, Sam, so you don't burn your fingers. I've made that too matchy. Okay. Just want to darken that a little bit more. Okay, guys. I think I'll hold that up. Let me know what you think. You absolutely love this. Thank you, Dale. That's so sweet of you. I think she turned she, well, it's a she because she's holding flowers. Well, I suppose boys can hold flowers too. You can have a lot of fun. Let me see if I've just got. But I really think that adding, when I'll bring the peppercorns in tomorrow from home. I'll get into one that I can open. I don't have another. I'm just going to see what, just a little bit more baby's breath just here because there's like a big gap. I'm just going to see what that looks like on the, in the gap. If you're wondering what I'm going into, I've got this massive basket which Yvette kindly gifted me, full of dried baby's breath. Was that too much? Maybe that's a bit too much. I'm trying to find like the flat side. Philly. I think that looks fine as is. Okay, so if you'd like any of the links that I've used tonight, so on the back here too, from this Temu frame, there's like a little flat part that you can sit. Hopefully it fits. Do not lie that flat. And it's supposed to sit in there and sit up like a frame. It doesn't fit even. Thanks, Temu. Might have to get a little bit aggressive with that, but there's also like a little hanger as well, so you could hang it on the wall or hang it on your door. Super cute. He could be bringing flowers to his little she spook. That's so cute. I love that. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, so yeah, that definitely does not fit in the back there. So this is hanging. All right, guys. Well, if you'd like the link to any of the supplies that I've used tonight, don't forget to comment link, and a little message will pop up, and that will let you just accept that message from me, and then all these, the supply list will pop up for you. And don't forget, if you live local, on the 28th of September between 9 and 3 p.m, we've got our Spooktacular market coming up. So you've got peppercorns and 3 little ghosts for my journal. Very cute. You love him. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for keeping me company tonight, guys. It's been really lovely hanging out with you again. I look forward to coming back next week for Waste Not Wednesday and sharing another upcycle project. Hopefully it won't be an Oopsie-daisy Temu order. All right, guys, you two have an awesome evening and rest of the week. And as always, I'll take a photo of this and post this on my page tomorrow so you can take a peek at it. All right, guys, you take care. Big hugs. Bye.